Welcome to Jewels of the Trade. My name is Jordan, and today we'll be talking about Lapis Lazuli, a highly valued gem of antiquity that was found inlaid in King Tut's famous funerary mask and in instruments recovered from the royal tombs of Ur. Lapis was even ground into ultramarine pigment used by Michelangelo in his artwork. I am so excited to talk about a stone that traversed ancient trade routes. Kings would have coveted this gem, and artists considered it more precious than gold. Last week, we looked at fine sapphire jewelry pieces from Mason K Jade, and even though the sale has ended, you can still shop sapphire jewelry from the Mason K Vault via the link in the description. I also want to take a moment to tell you about the International Jade Summit to be presented by Mason K Jade at the Monterey Bay Jade Festival this summer on June 14th. This all day educational event will feature seminars from some of the leading experts on jade in the world, so you can register for your tickets via the link in the video description. Who is here? Say hi in the chat and let me know what you think of Lapis Lazuli. And how do you pronounce it? Do you say Lazuli or do you say Lazuli? You can shop the items I'll be showing today at mkjjewelry.com. Click the link in the video description to take you straight to the Lapis collection. So you might be wondering, Jordan, why does Mason K sell lapis? They're jade people. Mason K actually used to stock lapis jewelry in the 70s and 80s. If you ever look at an old Mason K catalog, you'll actually see it in there. So these are new pieces that have never been worn, but they're actually old stock from the Mason K vault, sourced and priced in a totally different era. All of the lapis lazuli I'm showing today is natural and untreated. Lapis lazuli is a rock, not a mineral, which we'll talk about more later on in this video. It's a combination of lazurite, calcite, and pyrite. But as you can see, in some gem quality specimens, the calcite and pyrite are less noticeable. This color here blew me away. When I first saw this, I thought, wow, this must be the most desirable color of lapis because it's so bright. But it's actually not. It's not the most desirable color of lapis lazuli, hence the low price. Let's talk about what colors are more valuable in lapis, and I'll show examples of varying qualities throughout this video. Just a friendly reminder that if you're watching this live stream after the fact and you want to know about a specific subtopic of lapis, you can use timestamps in the video description. When you're shopping for high quality color in lapis, you're looking for intense, even coloring with slightly dark violetish blue. Ideally, there's little to no pyrite and no white calcite veining. So this is a side-by-side example of bright blue gem quality lapis on the left and mottled, dull, and textured tumbled lapis on the right. So the stone on the right is worth less than $5. It's just a pocket stone. It's not desirable enough to be cut and set into fine jewelry. The stone on the left is obviously gem quality. I mean, it's bright, it's even, and the calcite and pyrite are less noticeable. If you're wondering why this pendant is only $210, in spite of being quite rare and high quality material, it's because this has been in the Mason K vault for years. The pendant was sourced at a time when gold and materials were much, much more affordable. This is pyrite. Pyrite is famously known as fool's gold. I actually have a video on this channel that uncovers the shockingly weird history of pyrite. Link below. Check that video out after you're done watching this live stream. It's an iron sulfide mineral, and it does appear in lapis. It is a part of lapis lazuli. In fact, a high quantity of pyrite is a great indicator when you're trying to separate lapis from its simulants, such as sodalite. Sodalite can have pyrite, but not normally very much. And I have an example of sodalite here because I'm working on a short video now that is going to compare lapis with its simulants. So you can see, on a strand like this is noticeably different from lapis, but there are pieces that'll get you. There are pieces that are more convincing as simulants of lapis. If you're thinking of buying one of these pendants, just know that the chain is not included. You can shop at mkjjewelry.com or via the link in the video description. Please use the discount code JOTT, that's JOTT, for 10% off. This can be combined with other discounts, such as free shipping and 20% off for first time customers. Using the JOT discount code not only saves you money, but it goes a long way towards helping support this channel. Last year, you all spent $24,000 at mkjdewelry.com using the JOT discount code, and I am so grateful and so appreciative of your support. This elephant pendant in 14 karat yellow gold is only $140. And Mason Kate does have multiple of these in stock. So that's not true for all of the pendants that we're looking at today. So you can buy a handful and have matching pendants with like your mom, your sister, or your best friend. Going back to the topic of lapis lazuli quality and how pyrite inclusions affect it. This is a great example of how a beautiful blue color of lapis is made more affordable by its pyrite inclusions. On the back of the pendant, there is a scattering of pyrite crystals like stars across the night sky. This is beautiful and natural while still affordable. Personally, if I'm going to buy lapis, I like to see the pyrite in it. I love pyrite, and it's just bright and metallic, and it pops, and it makes the stone look so natural. Let's check the chat. Nathan is here. Nathan says, "Hello, world." Hello, Nathan. We're so happy to have you. Chris and Jeff from Mason K are here. So if you have any questions that I can't answer, don't worry. The experts are here. Oh, look at that. Sodalite is calorie-free jewelry. Well done, Nathan. You can stay. Excellent. Bring on all the dad jokes. Lapis lazuli appeals to Jade shoppers. I think because it has a long historical significance. It was highly treasured in ancient Persia, Egypt, Chaldea, and a number of Mesopotamian civilizations. Used as jewelry, religious relics, inlays, and paints of royalty, archaeology tells us this stone was highly valued by ancient peoples. But it's similar to jade in another way. Lapis lazuli, like jade, is a rock. It's an aggregate, like it's multiple minerals that are smooshed together. Jadeite jade, aka fei choi, is an aggregate comprised solely or principally of the minerals jadeite, omphacite, or cosmochlore. Lapis lazuli is an aggregate comprised of minerals lazurite, which gives it its blue color, calcite, the white color, and pyrite, the gold color. Does lapis have translucency? No. In fact, this might be a way to distinguish lapis from some of its simulants. Pyrite is a good indicator that your lapis is genuine. The color is an indicator for people who have a large frame of reference for lapis and its lookalikes. And translucency is like almost non existent in lapis, whereas it may sometimes appear in sodalite. Lapis lazuli is usually opaque. You can see here that if it has any translucency, it is minimal. My GIA book does say that it can be somewhat translucent, but most of the lapis I've seen is super, super opaque. It's not translucent the way that jade is translucent. So if you're inspecting a piece of lapis, shine a high-powered light through it. It's just another piece of the puzzle. The pendant on the left is available from Mason K for $210, and the pendant on the right is available for $450. Now, this won't give you like a good idea of lapis lazuli's value because these are old prices. So please note that getting something similar in 14 karat today would cost a lot more unless it's an estate piece. But even though these prices are lower than their current day replacement value, it's still worth mentioning that the pendant on the right costs more for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's larger, but two, it's darker. Like dark blue is just extremely desirable in lapis lazuli. Which color do you prefer? Do you like the brighter blue or do you like the darker blue? What is your personal preference? You can see that this dark blue pendant is even in color and it doesn't have a lot of pyrite. Having noticeable calcite will actually drop the price a lot more than having noticeable pyrite, but the most valued lapis has the minimum of both. Okay, are you guys excited to see my favorite piece? I have not stopped thinking about this piece. Check this out. This pendant changed me. Like I had a very strong emotional reaction to this pendant. It was honestly, it was really hard to send it back to Mason K. I really almost bought it. I told Hunter, I must have the taste of ancient royalty because after seeing these high quality lapis pieces in person, I get it. I am definitely a lapis girl now. I honestly never really thought about it before, but seeing this stone, I mean, it spoke to me. There is only one of these, by the way. It is a pendant only. It doesn't come with the beads. Those are my beads. It's $620, which is a steal for being in this nice chunk of 14 karat. And I displayed it on the lapis beads to show off the fact that the bail is a pearl enhancer, meaning it opens up and it can be clipped onto a bead necklace. Very easy, very quick. Mason K offers free shipping on all orders over $100. And of course, if you use the discount code JOT, you'll save 10% on this pendant, which brings your price down to $558. Please buy it. If you're thinking of buying this, you'd be doing me like a huge favor if you bought it because there's only one. And I hope somebody beats me to it. Lapis lazuli mainly comes from Afghanistan. So my beads that I'm wearing right now, they're from Afghanistan. I am not totally sure where the stone in this pendant is from, but based on the color, it makes me wonder if it's Afghanistan too, because it's known to have, oops, sorry, I'm knocking things over. It's known to have the highest quality of lapis. Lapis can also come from the Lake Baikal region in Russia and also the Andes Mountains in Chile. Localities of minor importance include Burma, Colorado, and California. Oh my goodness, just look at it. Just look at those pyrite flecks. They remind me of when you're looking at the ocean and the reflection of the moon sort of sprinkles over the water. There's definitely movement to this piece. Also, I did knock into my microphone. So if you're noticing any weird audio issues, please let me know. Just tell me in the chat because I have backups. I have backups upon backups if we have any technical difficulties. Here's a close-up of the pearl enhancer. We call this a pearl enhancer in the trade, but I think it's technically an enhancer bail because you can put it on anything. It doesn't just have to be pearls. It can hook onto a strand of beads or a wide chain. This could easily go on an omega, which I think would look fantastic. Do you guys know what an omega is? Is anybody else a big fan of omega chains? Let me know in the chat if you love omegas because I absolutely love them. And it clips. So it clips and then it locks. So it has a safety on the bottom. So once you clip it, you just pull the little safety gate over the little knobby knob, and then it's got a safety, like a safety on a bracelet. That's pretty straightforward. And it's easy to use too. It's easy to put on by yourself. You can purchase this work of natural art at mkjjewelry.com. There is only one. I repeat, there is only one of these. And recreating it at these prices, it's just not happening right now because of the price of gold. So snag it while you can. Lazurite is a mineral in the sodalite group. It's what gives lapis its vivid blue color. Sodalite is one of the main simulants of lapis lazuli, but it can usually be distinguished because the color of sodalite is typically a little bit more gray. And this is really low quality sodalite. This is not the best example of sodalite, but this is the example of sodalite that I have on hand. It's definitely a duller, grayer color. Sodalite can have some pyrite, but not a lot. It's important. It's important to shop with a seller that you trust. Unfortunately, there are many, many simulants of lapis, including dyed blue chalcedony, azurite, which I wouldn't be upset. If I bought azurite, if it was a good price, I wouldn't be upset. But if I was paying a lot of money, I'd want to make sure that it is exactly what I think it is. Plastic and glass pose as lapis. Those are easier to catch. Dyed blue jasper, opaque synthetic spinel, I've heard is a really, really good simulant, and more. There's also reconstituted lapis, dyed lapis, and it can even be impregnated with wax or oil. If you've ever heard the terms Swiss lapis or German lapis, those actually aren't lapis. They're either jasper or chalcedony. Let's check the chat. Omegas are the last ones you buy after the alphas. Nathan's just here with the dad jokes today. Keep them coming, Nathan. I like them. I've realized that we're at a point right now in fashion where a lot of people probably don't know what an omega chain is. I love omega chains. I love marquee cuts. I love all kinds of things that I think are probably not super in style right now. I love brooches. So an omega chain is probably one of those things that's just not as popular right now. But I think they'll come back. When gold goes back down, I bet omega chains will come back in style. So azurite is sometimes confused with lapis lazuli because of its azure color. This is, of course, lapis. The words lazurite, azurite, and azure all come from the same Persian root word, which is lajword. I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. And that word, lajword, actually refers to lapis lazuli. Lapis was also called Sapphires in Koine Greek, which makes it sound like sapphire. But Pliny the Elder described Sapphires as containing spots like gold, being blue tinged with purple, and never transparent. So the stone he was referring to was most likely lapis. What is Persian lapis? Persian lapis sounds like it's lapis from Iran, but it's actually a trade term for lapis from Afghanistan. The finest colors are known to come from Afghanistan. I think Persian lapis just like sounds a little better. Is lapis suitable for everyday wear? As beads, pendants, and earrings? Absolutely. Yes, 100%. For a ring, I'd say you want to be careful with it. A lot of people do wear lapis every day, but it's only about a 5 to 6 on the Mohs scale of mineral hardness, and its toughness is only considered fair by GIA, which is not impressive at all. As with all jewelry, you want to be careful with it and remove it before performing any manual labor. If you describe yourself as, quote, hard on rings, I encourage you to, 1, change that about yourself, just do better, and 2, maybe don't choose lapis for your everyday ring. If you're super careful with your jewelry, sure. I mean, you can wear lapis every day. Just know that it's often glued in and moisture can soften the glue, so try not to get it wet. Is lapis a men's gemstone? I think for a long time it was considered the men's gemstone. Does anybody remember that? Does anybody remember a time when you saw more lapis than you see today, especially in men's jewelry, like men's rings? I actually think it used to be pretty common in men's jewelry and then slowed down a little bit and has revved back up in the past couple of years as colored gemstones have become more popular with men in general. When I worked at a jewelry store, which would have been from, I'm trying to think, like 2013 probably until 2020, when I worked in a jewelry store, at that time, especially just where I lived and the type of store that I worked for, I did not see a lot of colored gemstone sales to men. When I started working with Mason K and started going into stores all over the country, especially like post 2020, I saw a lot of men buying colored gemstone jewelry. So, is it the location? Is it just the era? Like there's like a lot of factors I think that kind of play into it, but the colored gemstone industry as a whole I think has been growing. I think interest in, education on, and demand for colored gemstones is being pushed by the stores and really embraced by the customers. So yeah, I mean, this is obviously an example of like a fine pair of lapis cufflinks in 18 karat yellow gold available from Mason K. These would obviously be for men. And to be honest, like I think a lot of men would love that color. Are there any men here in the chat who love lapis or have any feelings towards lapis at all? Let me know. Let's check the chat. Let's see what you guys have to say. Wearing lapis is a good excuse to get out of household chores. Very good, Nathan. He's figured it out. Yes, buy all the lapis and then say, oh no, I can't. I'm wearing lapis. I think that's a great plan. That's a fantastic plan. This 18 karat pin could be worn by a man or a woman. It's absolutely fabulous. Great color on this stone, very even. You can kind of tell by the price that this is a nicer stone. I think the prices are a pretty good indicator, even though they're all low because they're from a previous era. They definitely kind of show you like which ones are more valued and which ones aren't. I mean, that is solid blue. That is super, super, super smooth. So I am actually working on a 10-minute video that compares lapis to its simulants, discusses its quality factors, and dives into the history and allure of the stone in like a very quick, concise way. So if you have any questions about lapis that you want answered in that video, please comment them below. My next live stream will be on the topic of nephrite jade. So if you have nephrite jade in your personal collection that I may feature, please share it in the For YouTube channel in the Jot Discord, link below.